Hey everybody, thanks for reading my review of the Rocket Italian program. And this video is just going to give you a quick walkthrough of the basic features of the program. And if we look over here to the left, we can see that the main part of this course is in what's called your course, your motivation, and your community. First, we're going to look at your motivation, because this is something that most programs don't have, especially online programs, and I think it's a really great part of this program. If you look here, you get something called your unique learning style. What kind of learner are you? And this section gives you a bit of information on whether you're a visual learner or a kinesthetic learner or an audio learner. This is something that people don't usually know about themselves. And you can come in here and learn a little bit about what is the best style of learning for you. And you can make your learning schedule based on this. And another one called Learn Your Way. Here's another one called Develop Your Very Own Learn Italian Plan. And here's a 5-step language learning plan, which is something that you can use to sit down and make a good plan for your language learning. And this really helps you. A lot of other software programs, they really just kind of give you the program and let you go with it and figure it out on your own, which is not a good thing because we're not teachers, right? And we don't have teachers when we use software programs. So we really need something like this. And here's another one, of building confidence section, mostly about your speaking, making friends with grammar. And down here we've got some great useful tips on learning memory tricks and tips, how to learn tons of new words, and stuff like this. Learn smarter, not harder. So this is a section that you should go to in the very beginning if you're going to use this program. It's a great section and you really get a lot out of it. And if you look here, this is called Your Community. This is something that most other language software programs don't have, and it's a really wonderful feature. If we come down here, we see that this is a forum. And here are some of the topics: conversation in Italian, Italian culture and travel. So you not only get to learn how to speak Italian, but you get to talk to people about their travels in Italy. You can get a lot of new friends. Here you can get hotel recommendations, travel recommendations, stuff like that. Italian grammar, if we go in here, we can see that there are all sorts of people trying to figure out how to use pronouns, more pronouns, your and your, that they spelled wrong. Don't worry, they're learning. Adjectives, before and after nouns. And if we look over here up at the top, we see this is by a woman named Maria. Maria, Maria, Maria. Almost all of the responses are from Maria. Maria is a native speaking Italian, and her job is to hang out in this forum and help you. So you get a teacher on call pretty much 24 hours a day that will come in and answer your questions, anything you need to know. So you really, basically, you get a teacher when you get this program, which is something that almost no other programs have. So this is a really great feature. I think you'll like it if you take this program. And then, of course, up here is the Your Course. And this is actually getting into where we learn. We will look at the chapter 1, greeting, meeting, food, and drink. And we'll look at cafe. And this is the interactive audio course. And here is where you listen to the full audio. This is usually about a 30-minute program, and you listen to the speakers, native speakers, and you repeat them, and then you actually have conversations with them. And this is just the conversation in case you want to hear it all by yourself. And this is download the audio. So this is a really great feature because you can download the whole program, put it on the MP3 player, and practice while you're walking through the park or wherever it is that you like to study. And here, sorry about that, my internet is a little slow, it's messing up. This is the dialogue that you're learning in Italian, and this is the translation into English. When I study this program, I put this down like that because it's not good to read these dialogues while you're listening and speaking. If you're reading, you're not really learning. So it's best to just scroll down and ignore those. And here's a great feature, Rocket Record. So this, again, is the dialogue you're learning, and you can see if you hit this blue button,
Buongiorno, prego.
You hear her speak the phrase, and then you can record your own. If you turn this on, buongiorno, prego.
Buongiorno, prego.
No making fun of my accent. And if you really want to, I never got this really worked out, but you can play 'em.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno,
Prego.
You can play them at the exact same time if you speak at the same time as she starts. I haven't had much luck with that. But anyway, you can see the entire dialogue is here, and you can practice each word on each phrase with the native speaker. Next to that, we have extra vocabulary. This is kind of a short one for this chapter, but it gives you extra vocabulary that is not in the dialogue, but it's related to it, which is really great because when it comes down to it, you're not just going to walk around and repeat dialogues. You don't really become fluent that way. It's a good way to start, but you need to build on what you've learned in those dialogues by adding extra vocabulary and phrases so you can change things up. And they're usually a lot more in this, but this one's a bit short. And the next feature is the quiz. And I'm not going to take the quiz, but as you see, there is a full quiz here that you take for each section. And next to that is the notes. And this is really great because when you write a note here, it marks where you were at in the program when you wrote the note. So when you come back up here to the My Notes feature, it will tell you that you were on this page doing this conversation when you wrote that note. So it's good to keep track of what you're doing. All right, I'm just going to back up to your course here. Go back into greeting, meeting, food, and drink. And what we just looked at was interactive audio course, excuse me. And now we're going to look at the second part, which is the language and culture. And the matching one to cafe is gendered articles and adjectives. And this is your grammar lesson. And if we go down here and look at it, here's more dialogue. And the grammar has actually a lot of extra vocabulary in it, same as the extra vocabulary feature. And then, for example, here we're learning masculine and feminine tones. So we can listen here again.
Una pizza.
And then we can play again. Una pizza.
Una pizza.
And as you can see, we've got lots and lots of stuff, adjectives, and all of this stuff goes along perfectly with what we just learned in the interactive dialogue. So as you can see, there's tons of information. And next to this, we have the culture tab. And in here, we get useful information about Italian culture. This one happens to be coffee culture, since we're doing foods and cafes. And here, see, you get a bunch of new phrases, which is really great. An espresso coffee, a long coffee, served in a small cup. So these are useful phrases, and this is one thing I like about this program, is this is the grammar section and the culture section. And you're learning all of these things that are actually really useful. Instead of just learning a whole bunch of grammar rules, then memorizing them and taking a test, you actually come in here and learn stuff that you need to know. Here's how to order a latte, a tea with lemon, a cold tea. Here's stuff about pizza, everybody wants to know that. And so this is a really great, fun section. And we are going to jump back here one. And
Una pizza.
oops. The next tab you see is a quiz. And this is a quiz, another one, same chapter, but in the language and culture section. And then, as I explained before, the notes tab. And that is pretty much it. There are also lots of games and things that we don't really have time to go into right now. I just want to give you the basic outlay of this program, which is your course, your motivation, and your community. My vocab, my notes, they go along with it. And they're just ancillary features. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to use the contact page and send me a message. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.